Have you ever wondered how thousands of exotic animals such as lions, chimpanzees, cheetahs and even orangutans ended up in a private zoo in Gujarat? A new international report has raised serious questions about how thousands of endangered animals were imported into India. At the center of this controversy are two facilities in Jamnagar, Gujarat, including the Greens Zoological Rescue and Rehabilitation Center, also known as Vantara, managed by Anand Ambani, the youngest son of industrialist Mukesh Ambani. The report presented by the CITES Secretariat, that's the Convention on International Trade, in endangered species of wild fauna and flora, points to critical lapses in India's approval process for importing some of the world's most threatened animals. According to CITES, more than 2,000 animals including chimpanzees, gorillas, cheetahs and orangutans were imported by Vantara and the Radha Krishna Temple Elephant Welfare Trust. Most of them belong to Appendix I, the highest protection category under CITES, meaning these species are considered on the brink of extinction and can be traded internationally only in exceptional circumstances. The CITES Secretariat found that India's management authority, the government body responsible for issuing import permits, may have approved these transactions without sufficient due diligence. Instead of conducting independent checks, the authorities often accepted export permits from other countries at face value, even when those countries such as Iraq, Syria and the United Arab Emirates are neither natural habitats nor recognized breeding centers for this species. The report warns that this practice could be inconsistent with the fundamental principles of the Convention. A major concern flagged by CITES is the use of the bred in captivity label known by the source code C. Under CITES rules, animals can only be called captive-bred if they are at least second generation, meaning both parents were also born in captivity. But in this case, over 2,000 animals were reportedly imported under this category, raising doubts about whether all of them meet that definition. If not, it could mean that some animals were actually taken from the wild and traded under the pretext of being captive-bred, a serious breach of international wildlife law. CITES also noted conflicting explanations from the importers, while representatives of Vantara and the Temple Trust claimed the animals were rescued, confiscated or donated. European authorities, including those from Czechia, submitted documents showing invoices, unit prices and taxes, indicating that many of these animals were sold commercially. This inconsistency, the Secretariat said, undermines transparency and raises questions about the true nature of the accusations. The report even uncovered forged export permits for 8 chimpanzees allegedly from Cameroon, showing that traffickers may be exploiting the surge in exotic animal imports to slip illegal trades into legitimate systems. CITES has now recommended that India temporarily halt all imports of the most endangered species listed under Appendix I until stronger control and verification systems are in place. The Secretariat has urged India to strengthen background checks, verify breeding claims through direct coordination with exporting countries, and ensure that the CITES Management Authority and Wildlife Crime Control Bureau are adequately resourced to detect irregularities. Without these reforms, CITES warns that India risks becoming a destination for animals illegally taken from the wild, disguised as captive-bred specimens. Such laxity, the report says, could unintentionally drive demand for wildlife trafficking, undermining decades of global conservation efforts. The Indian government has not yet publicly responded to the findings. But as CITES raises the alarm, the debate is widening. Because without strict checks, India, one of the world's biodiversity-rich countries, could unknowingly become a hotspot for illegal wildlife trade. Can large private rescue centers truly balance conservation with compliance? Yes, projects like Vantara might have world-class care, facilities and veterinary standards.
But CITES says
Care alone isn't enough. Real conservation needs compliance, transparency and trust. So what do you think? Should India tighten its wildlife import rules immediately? Should private rescue centers be more transparent about where their animals come from? Because when it comes to endangered species, every missing answer could mean one more animal lost from the wild. Thank you for watching Northeast Now.